Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for May 12, 2025 see Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens-Bruening, drops a Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna bombshell on Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, trying to play nice, and lots more. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, beginning on Wednesday, May 7th. Christina is extending an olive branch. She has run into Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, and Ava Jerome, Maura West, at Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn office. And Christina may do as Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, advised and try to play nice with Ava. In the promo, it sounded like Christina might be confessing to Rick when she brings up his car crash, but she's not going to do that. She's still hanging on, and she doesn't know Alexis knows. What's ironic is that the other three people, everybody in that room, knows what Christina did. Alexis, Rick, and Ava all know. And the thing is, Christina just doesn't know that. They know. So it would kind of be fun if it came out when all of them were in the room at the same time, but I think that's hoping for it to move too fast. Lulu, of course, is thankful that Rocco Falsaroni, Finn Francis Carr, came out of this ordeal okay, even though he had to have his stomach pumped, but she also thinks that somebody went too far. It could be Dante, could be their son, and when Lulu was creeping around being the nosy Nancy that she is, and saw Lois Cerullo, Rena Sofer, yelling at Dante about how he doesn't know who Gio Palmieri, Giovanni Mazza, is, well, maybe figuring out exactly who Gio is. You know, she is an investigative reporter. On Wednesday, Dante is ranting at Lois, "Please go ahead, tell me who Gio really is." And of course, Lois has to back down because she's already said too much. Just real quick, I want to address some people that were upset with me in the comments where I laid blame on Danny Morgan, Asher Jared Anthonyson, about Rocco, Finn Francis, Carr, getting drunk. No, I will clarify. Danny didn't pour booze down Rocco's throat. However, Danny did significantly pressure Rocco to get him to go to that party. He put him in a situation that turned out to be dangerous. Kids will be kids. Danny's young too. But they never should have been there, and if not for Danny dragging him along, Rocco would have been home safe. So, yes, I do blame Danny for pressuring his brother, but not for all the booze that ended up in his belly. He also bailed on his brother at the party to go do something else. Even though Rocco said he could go, you don't do that. When you go to the party, you stick with your friends. You watch out for each other. And they're more than friends, they're brothers. Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, gets thrown for a loop. And it may be when she hears about Dante lashing out at Gio. Also, Brooklyn tells Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, that she did something she needs to talk to him about. And I wonder if this is about the appointment they have later in the week with Alexis. Gio has a serious talk with Emma, and he may be opening up about his confrontation with Dante, and how he was trying to blame him for what happened to Rocco, and just that Gio does feel guilty. He is accepting responsibility when he is far less to blame than Danny is. And if you get mad at me, that's okay. But Gio didn't bring him there, even though he was of age and knew there were minors there. He's not the cops. Danny talked Rocco into it. This whole thing is a mess. And we've all been to parties as teens that went bad where we saw things happen to our friends. Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, is talking to Vaughn, Bryce Durfee, and warns him that if someone begins to suspect they're interested in Dalton, it could be a problem. And I wonder if Brennan is talking about Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, figuring it out because Dalton has a direct tie with a similar school in his past that Emma does. And, of course, Anna's on high alert about Emma. She assaulted Brennan over it. So, we'll see. Emma talks to Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, and wants her to keep a secret. So, I wonder if Emma's going to confess to Joss exactly why she is so interested in Dalton and being his assistant. I don't think it's the summer job. I actually don't think it is some kind of amorous crush. I think it's something to do with Emma's activism, but we'll see. Thursday, May 8th, Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, is peppering Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, with questions. Of course, she wants to know exactly how much Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, knows about the ketamine and where it came from and all this stuff, because Portia is very scared it's going to be out. She thought she covered her butt by threatening Brad Cooper, Perry Shen, and planning to blame him as a backup, but little does she know that's not going to work out for her. Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, and Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, do some commiserating. Nina, of course, can't reveal she's behind Drew's drugging, or else she would have to omit Portia from that and explain where she got ketamine. So, I think she's not. I just think it's more of Nina and Curtis talking about, well, No, maybe Drew is going to pull out from under this on General Hospital, which would be too bad because they want him to go down. Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, give somebody some tough love. No doubt it is Danny being at a college party and doing some drinking and letting Rocco get wasted. Brad makes a life-changing choice on Thursday. Now, Drew already promised Brad $500K for the info that Portia was behind the drugging and made him get the ketamine, and he offered him another $500K for a task not yet revealed. And I wonder if Drew wants Brad, Perry Shen, to go down and make an official statement to Max Scorpio, John J. York. Friday, May 9th, Lulu's grilling Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth. Of course, Lulu overheard Lois fighting with Dante about Geo. I do suspect Lulu is just about to figure this stuff out. Remember, BLQ doesn't know Geo's her kid. So Lulu may ask Ned about when Geo was born and then maybe ask, oh, when was it that Brooklyn left town? Because she knows she gave birth somewhere else. Lulu may be putting this timeline together. She can't ask Lois or BLQ, so asking Ned makes sense. He didn't know she was pregnant, but he definitely knew where his daughter was at given points in time. Alexis has a meeting with Brooke Lynn and Chase. This may get the adoption process rolling. Sasha Gilmore, Sophia Matson, and Willow do some sparring. Obviously, they're going to be trading insults about Drew Wild Knight doing body shots off a prostitute. Sidwell, Carlo, Rhoda make someone an offer they may not be able to refuse. And something stuns Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott. And remember, BLQ was upset and is telling Tracy Lulu is a difficult person. And I wonder if they start bickering about BLQ and the pregnancy, because some things may come out. Tracy doesn't know that Dante is the daddy of the baby, and Lulu may tell her that. Second, Lulu may tell Tracy she suspects the baby is Geo, which, Tracy is somebody that Lulu could and would open up to like this. The week of May 12th through the 16th, Portia faces fallout. Now that Brad outed Portia to Drew, all hell is going to break loose. He could, blackmail her more. But why? Because she didn't really perform in the last blackmail. Drew may skip straight to pressing charges with Mac and may have asked Brad to testify. That would be worth $1 million. Brooke Lynn and Chase make baby plans, but then everything blows up because the Geo bombshell is coming out soon. Dante and Jason have to figure out how they are going to punish Rocco and Danny for what they did. And Tracy has a talk with Lulu about BLQ, more on Dalton and why Emma is so desperate to be his assistant. An update on Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard's heart surgery. And Rick fighting temptation to tell Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Vaganos, about Christina despite the big payday if he keeps quiet. Port Charles is about to be rocked to its core once again. And this time, it's not just a medical emergency or mob war. Lulu Spencer Falconeri is finally waking up, and she's not just returning with a vengeance. She's coming back with a secret that could blow Dante's entire world apart. And in a twist no one saw coming, she drops the first bombshell on none other than Tracy Quartermain. Let's break down what's coming early next week in this General Hospital Early Edition Spoiler exclusive. Lulu wakes up, but not in the way anyone expects. It's been over 4 years since Lulu fell into a coma after that tragic explosion at the floating rib. Loved ones grieved. Dante mourned. Charlotte struggled. And life, somehow, moved on. Dante found comfort and eventually love with Sam McCall, building a life that seemed to finally offer stability, but all of that is about to be flipped on its head. According to our inside sources, Lulu wakes up at a long-term care facility in Europe. But instead of calling Dante or Laura, she insists on speaking to someone she's barely connected to, Tracy Quartermain. Why Tracy? That's the million-dollar question. But Tracy, who's recently returned to Port Charles and has been snooping around the hospital for mysterious reasons, seems more tied to Lulu's past than anyone realized. Rumor has it Tracy helped fund Lulu's care privately, a nod to her complicated but real connection to Luke Spencer, Lulu's father. So when Tracy gets the call and hops a private jet to Switzerland, she's stunned to find a wide-awake, emotionally guarded Lulu who delivers a jaw-dropping revelation. The bombshell. Dante's not the man you think he is. In a hushed conversation that takes place behind locked doors, Lulu tells Tracy something shocking about Dante, something that's been weighing on her since before the coma. Word is, Lulu had been investigating something Dante was hiding, possibly tied to his time in the WSB, and she made a discovery she never got the chance to confront him about. The specifics remain under wraps, but early edition spoilers suggest that Lulu uncovered a classified WSB secret Dante buried, possibly involving illegal ops, falsified identities, or a betrayal that could land him behind bars. Tracy, ever the schemer herself, is left reeling. She's never been one to fold under pressure, but even she is unsure whether to go to Dante, alert Laura, or take this intel straight to Anna Devane. Sam's world starts to crack. Meanwhile, back in Port Charles, Sam senses something is off. Dante has been acting strangely ever since Anna reopened some WSB cases, and when he starts getting mysterious text messages from a number linked to Europe, he begins pulling away. Sam isn't one to sit back and wait. She turns to her PI instincts and contacts Spinelli, hoping to trace Dante's recent activities. What she finds: Dante's been secretly donating money to a private clinic in Europe. And the name on the account? Lulu Falconeri.Q. The panic. Sam begins to realize Dante may have known more about Lulu's condition than he ever let on, and that he's been hiding something huge. Laura torn. Between daughters, in the midst of this chaos, Laura Collins returns from Chechnya after a fruitless search for Nicholas, only to find out her daughter has awoken. She's overjoyed, but that joy is short-lived when Tracy delivers Lulu's warning in confidence. Laura is caught in an emotional tug-of-war: protect her daughter, investigate Dante, or keep the peace for Charlotte's sake. Sources say this leads to an emotional face-off between Laura and Dante, with Charlotte overhearing far more than she should. Charlotte struggles with the truth. No one's life is more disrupted by Lulu's return than Charlotte Cassadine. She's finally been adjusting to life in Port Charles without the daily ghost of her mother's absence, relying on Valentine and occasionally Sam as emotional anchors. But now her mother is awake and accusing her father figure Dante of betrayal. Expect some powerful scenes as Charlotte finds herself caught between love and loyalty, with Valentine doing damage control in his own uniquely manipulative way. Could this push Charlotte further down the dark path she's been skirting since Halloween? Tracy has a choice to make. Tracy is no stranger to secrets and schemes. She's blackmailed, bribed, and battled with the best of them. And this time, she's holding all the cards. The big question is, what will she do with Lulu's secret? Does she use it to neutralize Dante as Anna's investigation gains traction? Does she protect Lulu at all costs, in a rare moment of maternal instinct transferred through Luke's bloodline? Or does she stay silent and let the chaos unfold? Early. Spoilers suggest Tracy makes a bold move that may alienate both Laura and Anna and puts her squarely in the middle of a moral and legal minefield. What happens next? General Hospital fans, buckle up. The dominoes are about to fall. Will Lulu return to Port Charles before confronting Dante face-to-face? How will Sam react to being blindsided by her boyfriend and potentially betrayed? Could Dante's past finally catch up to him in a way that ruins everything he's built? And is Lulu keeping even more secrets than she's shared with Tracy? With summer just around the corner, Port Charles is heating up, and this storyline promises to bring the drama, the angst, and the fireworks fans have been craving. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.